Welcome home, masters and misses. My name is HidoriKuro, and welcome back to another episode of House Odyssey Reacts. Today we have another reaction to another death battle! It's Wile Coyote versus Tomcat, two of Cartoon Network's biggest predatory cartoon IPs. One from Looney Tunes and one from Tom and Jerry, both known for chasing down their favorite prey constantly for decades, with little to zero results in very hilarious ways. This fight's gonna be fun because both have taken a lot of punishment trying to chase after Roadrunner and Jerry respectively. But I'll let Boomstick and Wiz handle the analysis on that regard. So if you're interested, sit back, relax, enjoy your coffee, and let's begin, shall we?
Wile Coyote, the fastest and furriestest of the Looney Tunes.
Yep. Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it and we're here to deliver.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
This is gonna be funny. It's gonna be hilarious.
In tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribespeople of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great Coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile Coyote is
birth year 1937, IQ 207, or so he says, eternally hangry. Most loyal customer and occasional employee of Acme, inspired by Mark Twain and pre-1949 chase cartoons.
Driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll
Multiple
chase
times.
that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the lot of the common man.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile manages to consistently keep up with his prey at all. But he does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing
Too much
gloves,
to read there, so I'm not going to bother
artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes.
Very
that
detailed.
Inevitably go awry.
Every
Despite
time.
being a self-described super genius, Wile has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as
those
a
results were
cactus.
tempered with.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh, don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
He's got an Acme Book of Magic, Acme Clonomatic, Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile uses is intentionally sabotaged, because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break, but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wile is still a tune and can bounce back from just about anything.
That Toon Force, am I right?
Stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal Coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall
Have I ended
tons
this
of
cartoon
times
before I
and
hit?
left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Yeah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Looney DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page.
Yep.
Essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the Coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the
It's
laws
true.
of physics as we know them.
That's why Wile developed a counter to this immortality, the Looney DNA Dissolver, which
Okay, this
leaves
is news
toons
to me.
vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
It was Wile's
True.
experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming tiny toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced toons like Wile who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means
Indeed.
Wile should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different mediums or altering the plot of the cartoon he's in.
And my favorite was the time Plucky Duck used Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wiley's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject
Blew up the
failure in
sun,
his life
blew
mission.
up the
He's
planet,
helped stop a
turned to
meteor from
constellation
destroying
twice.
Earth, beat the Monstars in basketball,
Yep.
and even, whoa, snap, caught the Roadrunner. Oh, wait, never mind. So darn close.
Every
According to
time.
1977's Tweety
He's
and
so
Sylvester
close.
issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes
Egad.
dedication, or maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else,
Really?
something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner.
Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
The grandfather of all things
Parody
loony.
of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God
And hilarious.
nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry failson? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes,
Yep.
that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote.
Let's real. I'm going to spend this entire video laughing more than talking. This is. Oh, I miss this stuff. I miss cartoons like this. Oh, they don't make them like they used to anymore. They don't. They just do not. All right, let's move on to Tom.
The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse.
Oh, wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their
Really?
names' origin,
Thomas
William
D.
Hanna
Jasper
and Joseph
Katz.
Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick
Right,
comedy.
a certain
The
little
formula
pirate.
is
Yo,
simple,
kid,
and
you're
we all
kidding.
know it. Tom Cat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking,
Ooh.
I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Yup.
Let's say very much from the 1940s.
And if
Yeah.
you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy,
I
flea-ridden
remember that
rodent over
episode. That
man's
was
second
hilarious.
best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators.
Yep.
They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular, and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British Shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his war against mouse kind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
and guns! Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow.
Wow.
Or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's, of course.
Of course.
But just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times. But
I remember that episode too.
Fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Boomstick.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell. Where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you
it's always
only
fun when they
watch
do
the
that.
classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Dodoy Whiz. They
course he
were
is.
actually named after the two characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but he's okay.
He taked an explosion that
Jerry,
launched him through
Butch,
time to the
Droopy,
Stone Age,
What do you
and
mean,
has run
Droopy?
through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually friends.
Yeah.
And they've worked
They do
together
get
tons of times to save the day, like when they helped a little orphan girl, Robin Starling, find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase.
Oh, that's so.
Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors used the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
What the fuck?
Well, it may sound completely insane.
It is.
It is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material.
Of course.
However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
Means it's canon?
The gods
Oh
may
my god.
grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No.
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
He
On the
has.
count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
That's right. Okay. Going off the analysis of both Wiley and Tom, it's hard to say who can win here. Both have the Toon Force, and both can take major punishment. And as stated, Tom is capable of dying, but he can put himself back together and has multiple lives. Add on to the fact that Tom, unlike Wile, has actually caught his prey. And yeah, Tom and Jerry are best buddies. Despite the differences, they do end up working together more often than not, and it's always fun when they do. So, I'm thinking Tom might take this. I could be wrong here. But, let's find out.
Guess what? Death Battle has merch now.
Oh yeah,
That's right, Boomstick, and you can pick some up for yourself on our
I'll
brand new
leave this in.
website,
Why not?
deathbattle.gg.
Just click the merch tab at the top. We've got mugs, stickers, shirts, and more.
Ooh.
I'm partial to the official researcher's notebook. I promise it's not a death note. See,
Mm-hmm.
it says so right on the cover.
Sure. There's also exclusive merch for website members, like my beer cooler, which keeps my beer nice and cold. And I guess, theoretically, other beverages too.
Right.
Then there's the limited time Game Over tee, which won't be available much longer, so if you want it, go grab it quick.
Ooh,
We'll
I'm
be
broke
releasing
though.
more stuff throughout the year, so check back for updates. Picking up an item or two really helps support independent Death Battle, so we want to say a big thank you to everybody that's already placed an order.
Might take a look
Head
myself.
over to deathbattle.gg and pick the piece of Death Battle swag that's right for you. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle! Oh, wow. There goes Jerry. House Mouse. Moose asshole says that. Domestic cat. Felis catus preparatus victimus. I'm gonna butcher those words. Oh, no, don't! Oh, it's always a mouse trap. Uh-oh. And there's Wile. Greater Roadrunner. Meepus. Meepus. Coyote. Canis. Smokes. And off it goes. He's got you now, Jerry. Or not. Fight. Championess. You foolish Warbrawl. You cost me my dinner. Oh. Oh. Up, left, right. Ooh. Out. Incoming. Oh, it's Warzone.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
And the trophy seg. Ah, invisibility. Can't hit what you can't see. Oh, not the fat lady! Well, that happened. Oh no. Here comes the Acme products. Incoming! Get back in there. Acme High Speed Tonic. Oh. Oh boy. Whoa, oh. Need to take a breath for a moment. Oh, not the painting in the cave thing again. Oh, John. Wait for it. Every time. Uh-oh. That was close. Should have seen that coming. Another living DNA dissolver. Think fast, Tom! Uh-oh. Ooh, big bullets on the pain now. Take this! And this! And some of... Oh yeah? How about this? See how you like it? Ooh. And... there it is. And Wile? Amazing.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
That's all, folks. KO!
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Nice save,
Considering
Wiz.
coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both
Really?
Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's
Yep.
first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's
Right.
immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest
Yeah.
being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially
Right.
considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights.
Right.
He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the
Toonliness.
answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place.
Really?
Space Jam.
Where Wile yet
Space
again
Jam.
fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history,
thing.
Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner.
But
or
anyone
other
else?
tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because
Right.
that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile
Yeah.
gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile Coyote.
Next time on
Yeah, now that I think about it, that rule did kind of screw Tom over. I didn't even think about it until they mentioned it. Let's see who's coming
battle.
up next. Oh, Miles? And Midoriya? A battle of hero prodigies.
Subscribe
Spider-Man
and join
versus
as a member
Deku.
to see more Death Battle.
Okay, that one's going to be that one's might be good. That one's going to be good to see. Because we've already seen Miles go against Static, and we've seen Deku go against Asta from Black Clover. Neither won their fights. But let's see if they can contend against each other. Both have abilities inherited from their predecessors. Miles from Peter Parker and Midoriya from All Might. I feel like Midoriya has a bigger arsenal of power and strength. But as most would know, Spider-Man in any form is usually holding back because he doesn't kill. It's his death battle. So Miles is more than likely not going to be holding back against Deku. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for this episode of House Odyssey Reacts. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and a comment. And until next time, as always, We hope to see you again soon.